My wife threatened to divorce me over a basketball game. That's the story that I told at my Toastmasters this past Thursday. I've also been working on telling this story all throughout the week, and I've recorded myself telling this story. So in this video, I'm going to show you the difference of me practicing the story and then me telling the story in front of an audience. And I want you to tell me which one you think is better. I'm going to give you the one I think is the best out of the 4 that I recorded throughout the week, and the one that I recorded during my Toastmasters meeting. So without further ado, here is the story that I recorded at home for practice. My wife threatened to divorce me over a basketball game. Let me explain. Our family likes to go to a park, walk a lap around a track or two, and then go and play a game of basketball as a team. Now, our family's pretty big, so it's about 3-on-3, sometimes 4-on-4. After we play basketball, my wife and I will usually shoot around, and she likes to place bets on things. She likes to go, if I make it from here, you got to buy me lunch. That's like her thing, is me buying her lunch. That was her bets. Side note, prior to this particular time we were playing basketball, I used to be on social media, and I happened to see this ride. I couldn't see the ride. I just would see people getting strapped into a device and then them being launched into the air. And some people pass out, like literally just. I was like, what ride is this? I gotta find out. So I go in the comments. I find out this is called the Orlando Slingshot. Orlando, Florida? Oh yeah, it's in Orlando, Florida. I want to ride this. Back to the story. We are shooting around, my wife and I. She happens to start up with her betting. She's like, if I make this shot, you gotta take me out to lunch. All right, cool. She gets up there, she shoots, she misses. My turn. I get the ball. I'm around the 3-point line. I say, if I make this shot, you gotta ride the slingshot with me. She's like, okay, whatever. I was like, shake on it. So we shook on it. It's like, okay, now, this is the real deal. Ain't no backing out. Okay, whatever. All right. I get my stance. I shoot. Swish. Oh, we going to Orlando. No. I get to make it to cancel it. I'm like, okay, go ahead, take a shot. She gets to where I was. She dribbles. She lines up. She shoots. Bang! We're going to Orlando! No. Wait a minute, I get one more shot. Let me have one more shot. One more try. Okay? One more try. Go for it again. She gets the ball. She shoots. Air ball. We're going to Orlando! Ah! I look at my wife and she is not happy. She looks like, oh my God, what have I done? Nonetheless, let's get ready to go. We go home, we freshen up, and then we drive to Orlando. Now, my wife is driving because she's been there before. I had never been there before at this time. We get into Orlando, and I'm in awe because I get to see what Orlando looks like, and it's amazing. We pull up to the spot. It's called the Fun Spot. I can see the towers of the slingshot, and they are tall. They even have lights on top so airplanes don't hit them. That's how tall it is. I get out the car. I'm excited. I go to grab my wife's hand. She's like, don't touch me. I'm like, oh, come on, babe. Don't be like that. She looks nervous. She looks scared. She looks like she's about to start crying. I'm like, come on, babe, let's go. We here. You came back out now. Come on, let's go. I go up to the stand where you go to pay. And I'm looking at their packages. I see that they have a package to where you can buy the video and you get a t-shirt. I want that one. It's our turn. We get up on the thing. We get into the contraption. They buckle us in. And as we're getting lowered back down into it, my wife is talking smack. She's like, I can't stand you. I hate you. I want a divorce. I was like, oh, you don't mean that. We're getting put back in the back. That's right. I said, listen, I hear her praying. I'm like, you ain't finna meet him yet. Calm down. And then they put on the smoke, the fog, and you hear the noise. And the guy is going up to the device and he's like, all right, y'all ready? I'm like, yeah. She's like, no, get me out of here. He's like, all right. Oh, wait a minute. I need to readjust y'all straps. And I hear click. I'm like, I already know what's finna happen. I watched a few of those videos. When you hear the click, that's when you finna launch. He didn't get me. He got her. Karen was like, what did you say? We take off. I feel all the G-forces. And it just tickles. It tickles me. Not to mention hearing my wife scream at the top of her lungs really put the icing on the cake. That's what really brought out all the chuckles. It was such an amazing adrenaline rush and ride that I couldn't do nothing but laugh, wholeheartedly laugh, like to where I was suffocating from laughing. We went up and then we came down. We went up and then we came down. We went up once more again and then we got lowered back down. That was it. That was the ride. The ride was less than 2 minutes. But my wife was freaking out. She lost her mind. We get put back into the holding for the contraption and get stood up to where we can get out. He's unbuckling us and everything. And my wife is noticeably shaken about the situation. We walk down the stairs and I said, all right, Mom, now what have you learned? She goes, what you mean, what have I learned? I said, have you learned anything? She goes, no, I ain't gonna never write that ever again. I said, well, you should have learned that you should never bet against me when it comes to shooting hoops. All right, that was pretty good, right? Now, here is the one that I did at my club. It's always a little different. I practice and practice and practice, but still, when I'm just in the flow, it just flows the way it flows. So here is the one I did at my club. She threatened to divorce me over a basketball game. Well, let me explain what happened. Our family likes to get together at a park on Saturdays and we'll do a lap around a trail and then we'll play a team of basketball. After our basketball game, I like to shoot around just to get a few more reps in because I'm not often on the basketball court. I love to play. So does my wife. We both played in high school. So we're kind of competitive. My wife likes to challenge me at times. And I've told her, stop doing that. You don't want that. Well, on this particular day, she decides to challenge me in a game of horse. It wasn't a full game of horse. It was just, all right, if I shoot the ball right here and I make it, you got to buy me lunch. All right, sure, go ahead. She gets up there, she shoots, and she misses. Now it's my turn. Side note, prior to this day, I happened to be on social media and I saw this ride that looked amazing. People are strapped into this contraption. You can't see the contraption. You just see they're strapped in and you can see their faces. And then all of a sudden you see them shoot into the air, come down and shoot up and back down, up and down, and they just come down. But these people's reaction to this ride is what got me. I was like, I got to try this. Back to the story. At this time, I'm thinking, all right, I know where this ride is. I want to ride this ride. I'm going to get my wife to ride this ride with me. I'm going to bet her that if I make this shot, she's got to ride it with me. So I get up to the 3-point line. I'm like, all right, if I make this shot, you got to ride the slingshot with me. She goes, okay, you ain't finna make it, okay. I was like, let's shake on it, because make it official. She's like, all right. I get up there. I look at the goal. I shoot. Swish. I was like, oh, what you got, Carolyn? What you got? That ain't nothing. I got this. She gets up there. She shoots. Bang. Oh, we going to Orlando. No. Wait. I get another shot. All right, go ahead and shoot again. I'll be over here. She gets the ball. She dribbles a little bit. She shoots. Air ball. We going to Orlando. We going to Orlando. I look at my wife. Her face turns a little pale. She knows what she's about to get into, and she's not liking it. But she's got to honor this bet. So we go home. We freshen up. We bring our son and one of our nephews. We're driving to Orlando. She's driving because I've never been to Orlando, so she knows the way. I'm just in awe because this is my first time going to Orlando, and I get to see Orlando, and there's all kinds of stuff in Orlando. We pull up to the place called the Fun Spot. That's where the slingshot is. And when I get there, I look out and I see the towers that holds this ride. I'm like, wow, those are tall. They have lights on top to make sure airplanes don't hit them. That's how tall they are. I get out the car. I'm excited. I look over at my wife. All I see is panic, sweat, nervousness, fright. I had never seen her this rattled before. I try to grab her hand. She's like, don't touch me. I'm like, come on, Carolyn, let's go. She's like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, yeah, baby, I got you. I hate you. I want a divorce. I'm like, no, you didn't. Okay, all right. Now, I hope you pass out. So I go up to the place where you pay, and I see that they have a package. The package is you can pay an extra little bit of money to get a t-shirt and the recording of your flight. So I was like, yes, I'll pay for that. I want this to be memorable forever. Finally, it's our turn. We get strapped into the slingshot. All I got is nothing but excitement in me. I feel nothing but butterflies, moths, all kind of fluttery things inside of me, just egging to get out. Meanwhile, I'm looking over at Carol. I can barely see her, but all I see is her shaking and stuff. I actually heard her praying. I was like, you're not going to meet God out on this ride. Just calm down. The guy who straps us in is like, all right, I'm going to get y'all strapped in and then y'all ready to go. I was like, yes. So he turns on the fog machine. The lights are going. You hear the sounds. He starts putting us into the thing. We get lowered backwards. All you can see is the sky and the beams. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is going to be great. Kelly, you ready? I hate you. I love you too. All right. And then the guy goes, all right, we're about to launch. Oh, wait. I need to fix your straps. I'm like, I ain't falling for that. I've watched the videos. They say that to make you super nervous about going up. You hear click, and then all of a sudden, all I can do is laugh. Everything is tickling. Everything tickles. I'm just laughing. I hear my wife scream her head off. And that was the most hilarious thing I had ever heard in my life. I just couldn't help but laugh. And the laugh that I was laughing was such a jolly laugh, I could not catch my breath majority of it. We go up, and then we come down. We go up, and then we come down. We go up one more time, and then we get gently brought back down into place. I was so excited. I wanted to ride again. I said, hey, man, can we go again? Carol like, no, get me out of here. Get me out of this right now. I hate you so much. I'm like, all right, she don't want to ride me. That's fine. Let's go. As we got out of the slingshot, I asked Carol, I was like, did you learn your lesson? She goes, what lesson? It's like, don't ever bet against me again. And I walked off. Madam Toastmaster. Now, I want you to tell me which one you thought was better. Leave it in the comments. The story, I believe, was really good. It's a great story just because of the actual events that took place. What I'm planning on doing is working on a story throughout the week to make a recording of for my YouTube channel. I will also, whenever I have opportunities to speak at my club, have those recordings as well attached to the same video. So that way you can see the difference. Again, thank you for your time. I appreciate you being at my channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. Share this story with a friend who might have a wife that is similar, who is very competitive, but also don't like to lose. I will see you on the next video. Peace.